Hello, my name is Maddie or Books with Maddie, and today we're doing our July wrap-up. This is so long overdue. I'm literally filming this on August 27th, so like, this is late. Like, I'm not just posting this late, I'm filming this late. This is July wrap-up. I consider just not doing this at all, but like, I actually read some pretty good books that I want to hype up in July, so I am doing this. It's very late. The August wrap-up is going to be really soon after, so yeah, we're just gonna have wrap-ups upon wrap-ups. We are going to do the rankings from July deck of TBR, which was so long ago. It's crazy. This year is moving so fast. So I guess we're just gonna hop right in. For deck of TBR, there were 6 books that I was supposed to read, but I ended up reading 7 books in July. Kind of is up for debate. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm going to talk about the one book that I read that was not part of the deck of TBR situation, and that is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I will put a picture right here because I don't actually own the physical copy of it. I listened to it in an audiobook, which I highly, highly recommend. It was an amazing audiobook. There are 2 perspectives in the book, and there are 2 different voice actors, so a male and a female, who voice act the different characters, and I absolutely loved it. It was super engaging, super, like, atmospheric is the word maybe I'm looking for. But basically the premise of this book is it is a, like, rom-com-esque situation, and there are 2 characters, Tiffy and Leon, I believe are their names, and basically they end up having to share a house or a flat. This takes place in like England, so a flat, but they never actually cross paths. So Tiffy works during the day and then sleeps there at night, and Leon works at night and then sleeps there during the day. He works a night shift, and they end up like leaving notes for each other, or little like snacks and stuff and meals for each other, and end up communicating through notes, and then like connecting on a whole new level through these notes, and then they end up meeting, and then they end up like falling in love. So that's very fun. It was very cute, but also there was a lot of really important commentary on mental health and abusive relationships and stuff like that that was like really, really spot on. Like, I felt like the commentary of this book was life-changing, and the struggle that Tiffy went through getting out of a long-term abusive relationship was really inspiring, and I feel like really helpful for people coming out of that space in life. I loved this book so much. I had the lowest expectations because people don't like this book. I feel like everybody just says it's slow-paced, there's not a lot going on. I gave this book 5 stars. I loved it. Like, I listened to it in a day. Like, I listened to it going to sleep. I woke up the next morning and immediately started listening to it again. So, like, I listened to this in a matter of hours, like 2 times speed. Like, I loved this book. I thought it was amazing. And oftentimes, I have a different experience when I listen to books versus reading them. So maybe I would have thought that it was slower paced if I had been reading it, but there was really never a point in the book where I was, like, super bored or anything like that. I really loved it, but obviously, like, different tastes, different people. I do think that it wasn't maybe as romance heavy as the people who were reading it for the romance were looking for. I really went in it with no expectations of it being a romance or more contemporary or commentary on mental health. Like, I was just bored one day and I was like, I want an audiobook to listen to. So I listened to it and I absolutely loved it, and I highly recommend it. Okay. Now, we will go over the 6 books that I was supposed to read for Deck of TBR. We will talk about the ranking and everything. If you're unfamiliar, at the end of Deck of TBR, I always go through the books that I'm going to read and rank them as to how I think I will enjoy them, so worst to best, and then I compare them in the wrap-up about how I actually enjoyed them. Now, one caveat for this is that there's one book that I didn't finish, and I'm going to finish it, but I didn't finish it on purpose, and that's a strong word because I wanted to finish it, but I also really wanted to take my time, so it wasn't like something that I was willing to shove into the end of a month. And obviously, since it's the end of August, I did have the time to finish it, but obviously I had a whole new TBR in August, so I just did not get around to finishing that, and that is Pond by Claire Louise Bennett. I will get it. Hang on. It's this beautiful book, and basically it is a collection of short stories, but it is a really fascinating book. I was sent this by a friend, and I was not expecting this. Whatever is happening, it's not what I was expecting. I knew going into it that it didn't really have a plot or characters, but I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. So basically it's really just a stream of consciousness. It follows a woman who lives in Scotland somewhere near, maybe. It literally is just her stream of consciousness. There's really no plot, there's no plot twists, there's no intrigue. I mean, not that there's no intrigue, but it's not written for that purpose, it feels like. It's literally her going through her daily life and then like describing things in excruciating detail, like a bowl of porridge or like straws, stuff like that. And it's so fascinating, it's so relaxing, it's so like meaningful to read. I feel like that was the reason I didn't want to compromise my reading of this book by trying to squish it in the end of the month, but I feel that it will be a 4-star read for me, if not a 5-star. So that's like where I'm at with this book. Obviously, I'm not done with it, so it's hard to say. I'm about halfway through. It's just such a strange book, and I recommend you picking it up because it's unlike anything I've ever read. It is so strange. It's so like whimsical is not the right word, but that's the word that's coming to me. It's so almost like cathartic. I don't even know if I know what the word cathartic really means, but that's the word that's coming to me. Something about it is just really interesting to read. It's like, I don't even know. That's all I can say about this book, because I'm gonna just keep going on and just saying words I don't know what they mean. So that's my spiel about this book. Next, I have The Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. This book I read. Thank you. I read it. No, I was trying to figure out how much I rated it, but it's been a month. Okay, 4 stars. I gave this book 4 stars. I expected it to be a lower rating, but I, of course, underestimated Virginia Woolf. And a classic. I usually underestimate how much I will love classics. This book is very good. I want to reread it because I had a really hard time getting into it, and so I ended up opting for the audiobook. And I feel like I just didn't experience it the way that I wish I did, reading it like as a book, you know what I mean? I think I missed stuff in listening to the audiobook. So I would like to reread it, but as a book, or even along with the audiobook. I think it is really slow paced, but it's so good, and I can't even explain to you what it's about because I don't even know. Like, okay, it's about a family, and it's just about this family and about them living and about the people that they meet and about this like holiday that they're on and this lighthouse and the people that they meet and the friends and the family that they visit with. And it's all about just their life, and it switches perspectives a lot, so you get to see all of the perspectives of how people interpret other people. And the husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey, are kind of like the pinnacle of what everybody is kind of thinking about. And it's just fascinating the way that people interpret other people. I don't know how to explain this book, especially because it's been so long since I've actually read it. I mean, 2 months, I guess, isn't that long, but my memory is, you know, here and gone. I get my memory whipped every 2 minutes, so you can't expect me to remember this. But I was really blown away by how good this was. I need to reread it, is the thing. Because I feel like I didn't even fully absorb it. I would highly recommend it to you. Okay, next we have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I loved this book. Obviously, it's Emily Henry. Can Emily Henry write something I don't like? I think it's impossible. This is a romance about 2 friends, Poppy and Alex, and they met in college. They became really good friends, and they every year ended up going on a vacation together. They would basically find ways to vacation really, really cheaply, and they would do that every single year until one year where everything changed. And basically, the book transitions between present day, them kind of trying to reconnect, and then going through each of their previous trips together. So it'll be like 8 summers ago, 7 summers ago, 6 summers ago, and it's kind of counting down to this one summer where you know everything changed because they haven't gone on a vacation since. And it was very cute, very fun. I don't know that I loved it as much as Beach Read. I don't think it made as much of an impact on me as Beach Read did, because Beach Read healed my heart and soul. Well, I believe I rated this 5 stars. I'm really heavily relying on Goodreads right now. I did give it 5 stars, but I didn't write anything. I didn't help myself at all. That's the tea. I wish I could give you more. I wish I could give myself more. July, like, didn't happen, I feel like, in my mind. Why is my memory is completely wiped? This was really cute. This was really fun. As far as I remember, I read it while I was on vacation, which was a really fun experience. And I read it really quickly. Maybe that's why I don't remember anything. But the fact that I read it quickly leads me to believe that it was very fun and very good. So, and I gave it 5 stars. So, you know what? Past me would have recommended this to you. Next, we have Lives of Saints by Leigh Bardugo. This is Lives of Saints by Leigh Bardugo. It is a short little novella, but not really. It's kind of like a companion book to the Grishaverse, and it is beautiful. It is all about the different saints and heroes and martyrs that you hear about in Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows and whatnot. Beautiful illustrations, beautiful stories. I don't know what else to tell you. It's beautiful. I gave it 4 stars. Just because I didn't really know how to think of this book. I mean, it's kind of a collection of short stories, but obviously I couldn't have given it 5 stars because it wasn't like 5 stars, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't blow me away. Like, Language of Thorns blew me away. This was just like, it was very good. It was Leigh Bardugo. Of course it was very good, but it wasn't Language of Thorns material. From what I remember of it, some of them were absolutely phenomenal and others were just pretty average. I loved the experience of reading this as far as I remember. It was hard to get into the stories, I feel like, because they were so short. So it was like you were put into this world and then immediately pulled out, which I guess is just a facet of reading short stories. But that was something I don't remember feeling. Oh, look at this one! This was my favorite one. Sancta Elisabetta of the Roses. That was my favorite one, and they really added on to the experience of reading the Grishaverse. So if you are a big fan of the Grishaverse, I do highly recommend it. If you're not, if you're just kind of an onlooker, if you're a person who's like kind of, you know, not really committed, I don't think it's really necessary at all. I don't think it spoils anything for any of the books. So if you just want to read this one, I don't know, go for it. Maybe it does. Don't take my word for that. It doesn't spoil anything. I haven't read King of Scars and the other one, the next one, Rule of Wolves, so it didn't spoil anything for that. So there you go. Okay, next is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. Love it. Love it. I love to talk about this book for ages. One day I will make a video just dedicated to Talia Hibbert, I promise. This book is the best book ever. Basically, I want to take a moment to talk to you about Talia Hibbert and the amazing things that she does when she writes. Talia Hibbert writes romance, very fun romance, but she infuses this amazing diversity and just whole spectrum of wonder into her books, because the thing is that diversity stretches beyond race and gender and like cultural differences into different disabilities and mental illnesses and chronic illnesses and age different, and like every diversity and intersectionality span so widely, and Talia Hibbert just captures the beauty of all of that diversity in her books. If you're unaware of what this book is the 3rd book in a trilogy called the Brown Sisters trilogy. Their 2 books are here. I own them. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Take a Hint, Danny Brown. Act Your Age, Eve Brown. Beautiful. They're all beautiful. They're all amazing. You should read them all. And basically, they follow 3 sisters, Chloe, Danny, and Eve, and all of them are extremely diverse, extremely lovable, extremely wonderful. I'm just using all of the adjectives. They each have a different struggle. So in the first book, Chloe struggles with fibromyalgia. In the second book, Danny struggles with kind of like an anxiety type of situation. And Eve Brown struggles with autism. And maybe struggles with is not the correct word, because they're all really strong, powerful women. And so they don't, I mean, they struggle, but as much as anybody else does with anything. Struggles isn't the right word. They all have these things in their life that they deal with, like anybody else. So, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but yes. All of these books are amazing. Eve Brown was just, I think she was the most lovable sister. She was definitely the most, like, bubbly and cute and fun, and that just added a whole new element of lovability to her and her story. And this is kind of like a enemies to lovers situations. Like, she's kind of sunshiny and he's kind of like cloudy and grumpy. And it was just beautiful and wonderful. And I highly recommend literally all of these, and anything Talia Hibbert has ever written, I recommend to you. Please read them now. Thank you. And then I think lastly, Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. Obviously 5 stars. Are you kidding me? Obviously. Everybody saw this coming. 5 stars. Queen of Nothing. Holly Black. Perfect book. Need I say more? No. I have a whole thingy coming out soon, very soon. I keep saying soon, but this is very soon, about this whole entire series. I have a whole thing coming out. You're gonna love it. I hope. I put a lot of time into it. Please love it. 5, obviously. I dropped it. I'm so sorry. That's the last book. So now I'm gonna rate them, and it's gonna be hard because all of them were above 4 stars or 4 stars. So in my deck of TBR, so how I originally rated them was as follows. To the Lighthouse on the bottom, Pond here. Oh, there's a card. There's a card in here. Okay, very fun. I had People Who Meet on Vacation. Then I had Lives of Saints. Oh, this is not even on camera. Then I had Actor A.G. Brown. And then I had Queen of Nothing. This is the rating I had in deck of TBR. Now, I was definitely wrong about these, because I would definitely say it's really hard to put this one particularly in this, because these are all whole novels. Well, I guess Pond really isn't, and this is a short story collection, and so I think this is going to have to go on the bottom, and that feels blasphemous to me, considering Leigh Bardugo is literally one of my favorite authors of all time, but I think that's just the truth. I think this goes on the bottom. Now, next, we definitely have either one of these, and I can't, it's so hard because I haven't finished Pond, and they're so similar. They emanate similar vibes, is the thing. This feels potentially inaccurate because I haven't finished Pond, but I think the Lighthouse really wrecked something in me that was, powerful. Even though I was not able to say a lot about To the Lighthouse, this feels so hard. Maybe it is the other way. I can't say. These are equal. Those feel very equal. Then, People Who Meet on Vacation is definitely third. Everything is falling right now. Yeah, People Who Meet on Vacation is definitely third. And then we come to these two. These two I knew were going to be the top 2. There is nothing that could have changed that. And what's very silly about this is that every month where I've read a Holly Black book, I've put her second, I'm pretty sure. And every single time I've been wrong. She's always been first. And so I put her first when I did July. But I think I was wrong. I think she's second because honestly, Talia Hibbert is so amazing. This feels correct. So I was wrong about everything? ? Yes. So that is what my final rankings were. I know I didn't say a lot about my thoughts on Queen of Nothing, and that is because there will be more about that coming very soon to a YouTube channel called Books with Maddie near you. And I'm very excited about it. I really hope you enjoy it. That is the end of this video, though. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very messy. I thought I was going to be so cohesive when telling you this, but turns out I was not. I had no idea what I was talking about for 90% of this video. But thank you for watching anyway. If you made it this far, let me know what the best book you read in July. If you can remember that far back, what is the best book you read in July? If you would like to find me in other places, I have my Twitter, I have my Goodreads, I have my Instagram, I have many things linked in the description below that you can check out. I would love it if you did that. I would love to see you in other areas. I would love to interact with you in other places and things. And that is the end of this video. This needs to end immediately. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. And I hope you have a great life. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.